Hey guys, thanks for joining us in this tutorial. We are going to go over texting through batch leads and some of the best practices. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we are just on our dashboard here. The first thing you want to do before getting started with texting is we want to set up our SMS settings. So we're going to go in the top right corner here, just click this pinwheel, and we're going to go down to SMS settings. And you can see we have a few different pages. So we've got phone manager, which is where we're going to purchase our phone numbers for texting. We have our SMS templates, which are the messages we're going to send out. Quick replies, which just help us respond in the inbox. They're just kind of those automated responses, makes it really easy to just click a response and go. And then DNC manager, this is going to be our do not contact list. And then our markets. Okay, so we're going to start in markets. We're basically setting up different markets of where we want to be able to purchase phone numbers. So this is really great if you're virtually wholesaling. You can have different phone numbers to text with from different areas across the US that have area codes that your market is going to recognize. So we're going to click markets, and you can see here I've got Denver market, San Diego, Colorado Springs, Tucson, and Phoenix. So let's go ahead and add a new one. We're going to pick the state, and let's say I want to purchase phone numbers from Alabama. Okay, we're going to start wholesaling in Alabama. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to pick my market. Now, just pick the market that is nearest to where you're kind of marketing, or what I like to do is I like to go with the bigger city because everybody's going to recognize those area codes. So we'll just go with Birmingham. And then here you're going to put your call forwarding number. So what this allows you to do is when someone picks up the phone and calls the number that you're texting them with, it's going to get forwarded to this destination. So as I'm sending out messages, I can put my phone number here, and when they pick up the phone and call, it'll get forwarded to my phone. I can go ahead and answer it right then and there. So you're just going to click add market. There we go. And then you can see we've got Birmingham, Alabama. So our next step is to physically purchase phone numbers. So we're going to go to the phone manager, and we're going to click purchase phone number. We're going to select the market. So let's say we're going to purchase Colorado numbers. We're going to select the amount. Now, if you want to do less than 20, all you're going to do is just type in how many you want. You can do a minimum of 5 phone numbers. So I'm just going to put 05. And then I can pick between either local phone numbers or toll free. So local phone numbers are obviously going to give you the local area codes. Toll free are going to give you 1-800. So what is great about 1-800 numbers is you can use those obviously for any market out there. So if you want 100 numbers that are just 1-800 and you'll use them for wherever, you can by all means do that. But I'm going to stick to local numbers. I find that the response rate's a lot better when you are texting them with familiar area codes. So I'm just going to click submit request. I understand it can't be undone, and then I'm going to click yes. Now, phone numbers are $1 each per month, so just keep that in mind. And I'm going to click refresh, and you'll start to see your numbers load here. So we just purchased 5 numbers from Colorado Springs, and we will see those here. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see how many messages you've sent with these phone numbers, the date that you last sent a message with them, last received, how old these numbers are. These are all things you definitely want to pay attention to, and especially the reputation. So you can see this number was identified as spam, so it was paused. Now, if it doesn't go back to, like, I would say, give it a couple days of pausing the phone number, because you obviously don't want a spammed number in your text campaign because it's going to mess up your delivery rate. So you're just going to click pause, and then you can also unpause it once it goes back to safe. If it never goes back to safe, I would go ahead and delete it. I would hang on to a number that's spammed maybe for a week, see if it does get identified as safe again. If not, go ahead and release that number. And I'll delete that number. There we go. So definitely check this frequently. You can filter by statuses or reputation. So if I want to see which numbers I have paused, or maybe I want to see which of my numbers are spammed, I can just filter that out. So it looks like we're all good. Let's see here. Make sure. Okay, so we've got 2 spammed, but they were released. So yeah, we are all good to go. Now, next step is setting up your templates. I'm going to go ahead and just take you through these templates here that I have set up. These are my new templates. If you want to add a different one, like let's say you want to add templates for a follow-up campaign, or maybe you want to have templates that are in Spanish, you can go ahead and, or a different language, you can click add template, and then you can have a campaign that's geared towards whatever you'd like. So we're just going to look at this one here, and I'm going to give you some ideas. Now I'm going to name this first contact. Like these are my messages for my first contact with them. So you can see when I'm texting them, I am addressing them by first name. I'm using tokens, which you can insert just by clicking these buttons. So I can click first name, and then what the system will do is it'll automatically populate that contact's first name where that token is, or their address or zip code. If you're saying, hey, I'm looking for properties in zip code area, do you know of any that are available for sale or something like that. One trick that we do really recommend is just staying very simple in the first message and just trying to verify the owner and getting them to engage in conversation. So having your first message be, hey, first name, do I have the correct address on file? Putting their address in there. Hope you're doing well. Or I hope I have the right number. Is this so-and-so? Is this Susie? Their first name. Did you receive my last voicemail? Okay, I hope all is well and I have the right number. So you're just trying to engage in conversation, verify that owner, because a lot of people will say wrong number, even though it is the right one. So, and in the second message, then you can follow up once they're verified and see if they're interested in selling their property. Before setting up all of your campaign or all of your templates for your campaigns, please read this important information. We're constantly updating it, but this is designed to keep your delivery rates high and protect the integrity of your phone numbers. That way they don't get spammed. So things that you can do to improve your deliverability. So check your numbers, which we already went over. Change up your messages. Okay, so having multiple templates, and I'll show you how to change those in a campaign, but just kind of rotating through them. Having enough messages. So with this one, I have 29 messages. Okay, you can see I use the message spinner here to turn this one message into 15. I just clicked this message spinner. And what it does is it finds synonyms and different verbiage for what you'd said in the previous one. And it gives you different options. And you can click it and change it. You can also add your own edits to it as well. And then you're just going to click save and save that off to the side. So you're essentially turning one message into multiple messages, and those will all be in the rotation for your campaign. So the message spinner is an incredible tool. Definitely use it, especially if you're having a hard time thinking of what to say. And then please definitely go over these not recommended keywords. Basically what we do a lot of research on what is getting flagged in algorithms, and these words had the highest rates for getting flagged, especially if you're using a combination of them. So in your first message, you want to be very mindful of not using these words because it will bring down your delivery rate. Now, by all means, do we not prohibit you from using them? You can definitely save these and use it, but just be aware that your delivery rates might be a lot lower than some others. So definitely go over this, take a look at these, and just try to find different verbiage in your templates. Or like we recommend, just stay very simple in that first message. Your first message is the one that gets flagged very, it's at risk for getting flagged very easily because you're just establishing conversation with this phone number. So we're going to click update template. And now we've got that done. We're going to go ahead and look at quick replies. So like I said, I am very simple in the first message. The second message, I have a template saved for when they verify themselves as a quick reply. So you definitely can by all means do that. Or if they give an amount under market value or over market value, what's your offer? Okay. If they're asking you what the offer is, this is a quick reply that I have. So you can definitely add your own. It's just something that you find yourself saying over and over and over again. So go ahead and add your own responses in here, and you'll be good to go. DNC Manager, this is where you can upload a list. So if you're migrating from a different platform and you have a DNC list from texting or cold calling or what have you, you can go ahead and upload that list here, and we'll put all of those numbers in there and scrub them out of any future campaigns. We also have a trigger word list. So if anybody responds with any of these words, they'll automatically go onto my DNC list. So you can see I have the word end, stop, quit, take me off your list, don't message me. Now this is not case sensitive. So if someone says quit in all lowercase, they'll still go onto my DNC list. If they put a million exclamation marks at the end, they'll still go on my DNC list. It's just the exact word match. So if someone says please stop by, they will not go on my DNC list. But if they say stop, then they will. So those are the SMS settings. Once you have those all done, you are ready to start texting. So we're going to go to properties, and here we're going to go ahead and pick a list. So there's so many ways that you can pick a list. You can import your own list that you know you want to send a text to. You can use our quick filters down here to find motivated sellers as well. Like maybe I want to text all of my current pre-foreclosures right now, or liens or bankruptcies or what have you. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go to the pre-foreclosure section, and we will go ahead and start texting these people. So I want to make sure that these are all skip traced. So I'm going to go to filter, and I'm going to say yes. Let's make sure that they're skip traced. Might change the number a little bit. Okay, so 453 of those pre-foreclosures are skip traced. So I'll just click that again. And now we're going to go select all, and I'm going to go actions, add to campaign, SMS. And now you can add it to an existing campaign. So if you already have a campaign for pre-foreclosures, by all means, can you go ahead and just add that list into that existing one? Or you can create a brand new one, which we will go ahead and do. So we're going to do pre-foreclosures. And then we're going to pick our phone numbers. So I'm going to use my Phoenix phone numbers. We're going to pick a time zone. So I'm going to pick Arizona time zone. We're goofy. We don't change time. And then webhook, this is where I can attach my CRM, so my Vedio if I'd like, and that way I can push qualified leads out into my CRM. If you want to set that up, there's a different video and article for that. We can definitely help you set up your CRM with your Batch Leads account. And then here we can assign it to users. So if I have any users that are texting for me, I can assign it to them specifically. So when they log in, they'll see that brand new campaign that I've set up for them. And then we'll just click Save Changes. Now, do I want to tag these properties? I personally love to tag that I'm texting them, because that way I can look at the profile and see how many points of contact I've had. So anytime I'm contacting someone, I always just put a tag on it, which is just kind of like keeping a little record. So I'm going to use my texted tag, and we are going to save those changes. And now it'll timestamp it that I've texted that person in the profile of the property. So here we are in this campaign. We can see the upload is in progress. So I'm just going to click refresh really quick. Let's take a look. So it is slowly scrubbing, well, not slowly, actually very quickly scrubbing my list. So far we have 267 total prospects. These are the properties. Now, obviously, each property is going to have multiple phone numbers, so that's why these numbers are different, okay? So out of these 267 properties, they have 398 mobile numbers, 702 landlines, and then we're removing, so this is the skipped list. So this is going to remove any potential litigators. You can click this question button to get a little brief description, but it's going to remove anyone who's been identified as undeliverable, carrier blocked, litigators, professional complainers, and numbers that are on a cooling off period. So these lists are available for download. So if you do want to download the landline list and plug that into a dialer, you definitely can. We obviously remove landlines because we don't want to send them a text. We'd be wasting our money. So we can see here we have 584 mobile numbers. So that's how many sends we're going to have. So next, what we're going to do is click our templates that we want to use. So we're going to use our first contact templates that we created earlier. And we are going to see the contact here, the template, and then we're going to see the number that we're sending from there. So all you're going to do is just click this send button. You can also hit the space bar on your keyboard to send out those messages. So I'll just show you how easy that is. We'll send out a few. So you can see how quickly this is sending those out. And it's just rotating everything. It's rotating the contact through all of my message templates. And then it's rotating through all of my phone numbers that I have selected for this campaign. So we're just going to send those out. All right, so you can take a little break. We do time these out on the back end. We send a few texts every minute. So, that way it's not blasting and using a number too much too fast. So don't have to worry about that. You can just complete a campaign, walk away from it, check your inbox. We do have the app you can download for your phone too. So you can take it on the go and respond to those text messages there. So one thing you can do is check the inbox from your computer too. So I'll show you that. We're going to go here. We can go to the campaign. So I'm just going to go to a past campaign that I did. And so I'm in my foreclosure campaign from a while ago. We can view all of our conversations here. On the left is going to be the chat. The middle is going to be all of your messages. And then on the right is going to be the property details of the person that you're texting. Now, up at the top of the inbox are all of your different inbox folders. So what we recommend doing is putting each conversation in a status. So I'm going to mark them as either a hot lead, a warm lead, not interested. I can personally mark them as DNC. I can verify the owner. And then there's a bunch of different statuses here. You also can edit these. You can make this be whatever you want. You can have this be a custom folder. So you can edit up to 3 of these folders and have it say whatever you'd like. And then you can check to see which ones do not have a status just by clicking no status. So I know I've categorized every single conversation. So now all of my hot leads are in one place, warm leads, not interested, who I've marked to follow up with, and so on. No response is going to be a really great section to just go through and follow up with. I could create a quick reply for that, right? And just click that follow up quick reply and then send that out here. So I'll show you that again. You just click which quick reply and then it automatically enters that and you can click send. You also can download lists. So if I want to take all of my no responses and maybe create, let's say a direct mail campaign or push them into the dialer, what I can do is just click this little bubble, select all, and then I can export this list onto an Excel spreadsheet. And it just exported everybody who didn't respond to my first message. And you can do that for any of these buckets here that you'd like. So again, you can type here, you can click your quick replies. Now, let's say I am talking with somebody like Gregory and he gave me a price, okay? What I can do is I can actually go to his property details off on the right here. I can click the property address. And here is everything I need to see. I even have a comping tool here. So while I'm talking to him, I can comp the property and respond right then and there in that conversation to, see if that's a fair offer, right? So many things that you can do in the inbox. You also can leave notes. You can push him to the CRM once he's a qualified lead or what have you. You can upload notes here too, and you can create follow-up reminders. So let's say I want to call him tomorrow morning. I'm going to click here, add new, and then I can set a time create a description, and then I can email or text me a reminder of that appointment. And there we go. So that is texting in a nutshell. We do also have follow-up campaigns. If you do want to schedule a follow-up campaign, you're just going to go to your campaign screen, SMS campaigns, and then here you're going to see all of your active campaigns. To create a new follow-up, you're going to click Create New Campaign. We're going to go over to Follow-up Campaign. We recommend not creating a follow-up campaign for about 2 weeks after the initial one. We're going to click OK, and we're just going to name this. So let's put pre-foreclosures follow-up, pick our phone numbers, time zone, and then here you can assign a user, all of that. Now we're going to select the campaign that we're following up from. So we were just in our foreclosures from December. And then here I'm going to pick the different lead statuses. So you can stack these together. That's why it's so important to organize your inbox from the first campaign. So that way I can push specific people into a follow-up campaign rather than just text blasting the whole thing again. You can text blast the whole campaign again if you'd like, but since I've organized mine, I'm not going to, because one, that's saving me time, and two, that's saving me money from not sending out those text messages. So I am going to pick maybe the people that said they weren't interested because it's been a few months, maybe now they are. The people I marked to follow up with, maybe we'll do in the no responses. So I'm just going to pick these different categories, and it's going to take all of those contacts that fall within those buckets in my inbox from this campaign, and it is going to push them into this follow-up campaign. So they are creating that follow-up campaign. That will take a few minutes, and then it'll appear here, and I'll be able to click resume and send out that follow-up campaign. So that is texting in a nutshell. If you have absolutely any questions, please feel free to reach out to our chat support. You can click this bubble in the bottom right. We have live chat support. And then also you have an account manager who is assigned to your success. You can click the settings and you'll see their information in the top left corner here. If you found this video to be helpful, please make sure to click subscribe and the like button, and definitely leave your comments below, any questions, and let us know what you want to see on future videos.